So to hear what one of these sounds like, we actually have to loop it. Hello and welcome to haQ attaQ. My name is Jakob, I'm your host and you're watching a haQ attaQ episode. Here we've got KORG Gadget and I've got several instances of Vancouver loaded. It's a sample player gadget that will play your samples according to pitch. It came out not too long ago and it was a really great addition to the gadget lineup inside KORG Gadget. Now the thing we're gonna do today is we're gonna use Vancouver to do some wavetable synthesis. Well, I might just add that we're not really gonna do proper wavetable synthesis because proper wavetable synthesis includes something called interpolation. And I'll explain that in a little bit. So before we get into that, I just want to answer a question that is frequently asked in the comment section. And that is, how long can the samples be inside KORG Gadget Vancouver? And they can be up to 10 seconds in length. Alright, so we're gonna be doing some wavetable synthesis and I'm gonna solo this one out, and so we're gonna have a little listen to this. When I play it, I want you to watch the player window here. So what I'm doing here basically is I'm just playing a melody and then I'm modulating the start point of the loop player. And if we look up here, we can see something called oscillator start. And if I press that, you can see the switches I'm making. And look what happens when I change this around. This is pretty cool and a pretty powerful way of using Vancouver. So what's basically happening here is this file are single cycle waveforms that I just glued together by putting a single cycle waveform one after another from different single cycle waveform packs and then just exported as one file. And I did that inside Cubasis. And then I loaded that file into Vancouver where I set the size of the player window and then just turn on the looping function. After that, I simply modulated the start point so it jumps around and selects between different waveforms. And so what I've basically done here is I've created a wavetable, just like in any type of wavetable synthesizer. Only there's no interpolation going on, so the transitions between waveforms aren't that smooth, and that's what you use interpolation for. Let me demonstrate. Now you can clearly hear how it glitches between the waveforms when you switch them. And that's because this is not proper wavetable synthesis, because we don't have any algorithm calculating the waveforms and trying to make them transition smoother in between each other. And that is what interpolation does. But I still like the glitchy sound here. Now this is a default state Vancouver we've loaded here. And what we're going to do is first go into the mix section and turn down the level for the sub oscillator and oscillator 2. Right, so now we're gonna load our single cycle. Now we go to import and I use AudioShare to collect and manage all my samples. So I'm gonna go there, and in here we're going to find a folder called AKWF. And those are the Adventure Kid single cycle waveforms. And there are loads in here. Each of these folders are full of them, and I'll show you where to find these. So this is the Adventure Kit site. You'll be able to find the link to this site down in the description. And now we're gonna go to the section where the waveforms are. So let's go there. And as soon as it's loaded, we're gonna find the AKWF waveforms by pressing here, and we get to this side. And to find the actual packs of 4,300 single cycle waveforms, we press right there. Here it says wave format all in one. So this is a zip file. And this is also a reason why I like using AudioShare, because AudioShare can handle zip files. We press it and it will open up this window. And here we get the opening command. As you can see here, it says open in AudioShare. So we're going to press that. It opens up here and it's going to ask you instantly if you want to unzip the folder. Now I'm going to say no because I've already got the folder. And so we're going to go back to the haQ Adventure Kit single cycles. And we're going to go in right here. When you play one of these, they're not going to play for long because they're really short. So to hear what one of these sounds like, we actually have to loop it. And if I unloop it, well, it doesn't play for long. It's a single cycle. Now let's choose a waveform here. I think this one looks interesting. Yeah, I like that one. That would make for a really great bass. So we import it into Gadget and it opens up here. So let's just go to User and there it is. First, we're going to bypass the effects and then we're going to make sure that the whole sample plays and set the loop point over there and over there. And then we just turn on loop. Now, I'm gonna go into mix here, turn down this level, and we're gonna use the second sampler window. And I'm not doing this to mix these two together. I just wanna show you what happens when you start gluing these single cycle waveforms together to make a wavetable. So we're gonna open up this window and we're gonna go to the user folder because I've already got it here. AKWF 48 bass waves. And so that's basically what I've done. I've gone through several different folders to find the waveforms that I like. I opened up Cubase's, I imported all those single cycle waveforms and I put 48 of them together and exported them as one file. And that's what it looks like. That's 48 different waveforms together. And then I just simply set down the window like this. And you can automate that. Let's just put in one note. And that is fun. Now you can use this same automation technique to do Yes, I've used a drum loop and then by modulating the start point, I've created a drum set so I can choose what sample to play. And this is also really fun to do because you can easily create some glitchy transitions because it's easy to make it not transition that smoothly by increasing the quantization to, let's say, 64 or triplets. Imagine the possibilities, and I do suggest that you try this out yourself. Now, I've got a great video in where I'm reviewing and showing you what the Vancouver Gadget is all about, and you'll be able to find a link to that video down in the description and also at the end of this episode. Now, if you feel helped by this video, if you feel that this video gave you value in some way, then why not at least consider joining up on Patreon, as many of my awesome patrons have already done. If you don't like Patreon, then I've also got a PayPal me link, so you can do a one-off donation if you'd rather do that. And if you don't want to do either Patreon or PayPal, then you can always share my videos, press the thumbs up because that really helps with the ratings around here. And if you subscribe, don't forget to press in the little bell thing because that way you'll always get notified whenever I upload a new video. Thank you so much for watching, and as usual, I wish you a very productive week. Now go finger all of your stuff and have a lot of fun doing it. Yeah.
You